everybody. It's DJ Nikki with you here, WXED 107.3. We have a new show that we're adding to the weekend mix. It is our news weekly wrap-up with Jonathan Cortez from elwoodcity.org. Jonathan, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am a little bit under the weather. That's why I kind of sound a little bit strange, but I'm learning to adjust. I've been sick all week, so we're getting good at it. Jonathan is agreed to come over here from elwoodcity.org and bring us some of the top stories that have been happening around the area this past week. And so we're actually in the studio on a Friday. We're going to pre-record and air this Saturdays, so you can tune in every Saturday to listen to the weekly update if you missed anything. So tell us, what is our top story from elwoodcity.org this week?
Well, earlier this week, the Lawrence County District Attorney Drug Task Force had a massive heroin dealer bust. They arrested 9 suspected dealers throughout the county, including 2 people in Elwood City. One was a resident of Elwood City. So they basically had an informant buy heroin from 2 people in Elwood City and then arrested them. It was actually several months later that they made the arrest, because they arrested all of the people that they had caught all at once.
To figure out who was all linked together so they could take them all down. But so that's awesome. Like, all the time we talk to the mayor, and he always talks about how many drug arrests are going on. I know Elwood City's been cracking down hard for the last couple years, because 2010 through about 2013, it seemed like heroin and meth were like running rampant. And I grew up in Elwood City. I was married to my husband. I lived here for almost 20 years. And I couldn't believe the amount of drugs and stuff like that were coming in. And I know that our mayor here for the community put together our own drug task force. And just in the term he's been in office, we've had, I think it's 325 drug arrests. So that's phenomenal. But then, it's great to see the Lawrence County Drug Task Force working to keep cleaning things up in the county. And, it's making me feel safer to know that they're really taking the bad element out of the community. So that's sounds like a bad story, but I think it's a good story to know that these people are being taken off the streets, and it makes the lives of all of us law-abiding citizens a little safer.
Well, they're off the street for a little bit.
Well, hopefully, let's cross our fingers, let's pray, whatever, that hopefully they can get hooked up with some rehabilitation when they do their time for what they did wrong. Maybe they'll, rehabilitate, and they won't be menace to society. It happens.
That's what I would like to think too.
Optimism. That's what we're going for. So, optimistically, tell me an optimistic story.
Well, next week on Tuesday, Pizza Joe's is offering a fundraiser for Kyrie Beecham. That's
awesome. There's like at least 10 local businesses that I know of who have stepped up to raise money for her on several occasions since this happened, and I think it's wonderful. So you were telling me earlier today that Pizza Joe's is actually set up to where they can go on your site, the elwoodcity.org site, and is it a hyperlink that they have to click on?
No, you can pick up the flyer at Pizza Joe's, or you can just print out the article from our website.
Okay, so if they go to elwoodcity.org and they click on the article about Kyrie Beecham and Pizza Joe's fundraiser, then they can print that out, and if they take it to Pizza Joe's, it's a
15% of the proceeds of your order is donated to Kyrie's Dream Team.
Oh, that's really awesome. 15% of all your order goes towards Kyrie Beecham, so that's a nice thing they're doing. Anything else going on? Oh, I know. Another family that's going to need some help is you had a story on the fire that happened in Elwood yesterday.
Yeah, the Ranch Tavern on Route 65 burnt down yesterday. The fire started around 1:30 p.m., but from what I understand, by 2:30, the fire was already going through the roof. There were 9 fire departments that answered the call, so thank you to all of our emergency response personnel that arrived on the scene.
Tyler J. had reported that because of the location of the ranch and the scarce location of fire hydrants, that the companies coordinated together to truck water in from down by the Waterburn cutoff, and that they were bringing up trucks of water and tank trucks and everything. And he said that it was a astonishing just thing to watch the coordination of how well these fire departments work together, although the ranch did end up being a total loss. So I don't know yet if a fund has been set up to help out the ranch, but I personally would like to see people help out the Wileys, because I know that the ranch has done numerous poker runs in the past, and they've helped raise money for probably thousands of families in the area. So my prayers go out to Ron and Patty Wiley. I really hope the community pulls together to help them. So I've seen the community pull together, like I said, very recently. I've seen so many people reach out to help Kyrie Beecham's family. So I believe that there's a lot of good people and good intentions in this town. So do we have any other news stories that happened recently this week?
It's not necessarily a week-specific thing, but coming up on April 26th are our primary elections, and our local representative, Jarrett Gibbons, has announced that he'll seek re-election on the Democratic ticket, and 2 Republicans have announced that they'll be running for that seat as well. That's Aaron Bernstein of New Beaver and Donlin Valley of North Swickley Township.
Okay. All right. So coming up in April, you said, is our preliminaries?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be a big turnout year since presidential election.
All right. So we're looking at 1 Democrat on the ticket, 2 Republicans so far.
Yes.
All right. Well, they always say that no news is good news. So since we don't have a whole lot of news to talk about, I guess Elwood City's got good news. Well, it was nice to have you in the studio once again. That was Jonathan Cortez from elwoodcity.org. If you'd like to read more about any of the stories that we talk about here on the Saturday weekly wrap-up, you can go to the website. That's www.elwoodcity.org. Thanks to everybody for tuning in to the weekly news wrap-up. I do apologize for my under-the-weather voice this week. Tune in next week with more Jonathan Cortez, me, DJ Nikki, and news from elwoodcity.org.